I've been doing intermittent fasting for the past year, and I just wanted to share my experiences with you. Hi, and welcome to today's video. In case you don't know me yet, my name is Freya. I'm an aspiring minimalist, trying to keep life simple, but also really focusing on health. Really, health is really important because I think, if you don't have your health, you have nothing. Basically, your body is your temple and you live inside of it. And if you don't have your body, and if it doesn't work well, then you can't really do anything, right? And I know that I'm very blessed. I know there are people who don't have their health, and I've always had it. But I also know those people who don't have their health, who have problems, that they always tell me, you just don't even know how much you should appreciate having a healthy body until you don't have it anymore. And I'm just very blessed. And that's why I always think it's so important to take care of your body and, of course, mind equally, because your mind has an influence on your body and vice versa. So I've been intermittent fasting off and on, and I think it's something that's very valuable especially for females. I have done a lot of research in the past because, of course, we're also still on the journey of wanting to grow our family. If you have not checked out my channel, I have a channel called Simple Blessings. I will put the link below. I put our journey on there. So if you want to follow that, I'm 46. Turning 47 this year, actually. It's kind of crazy because I don't feel that way at all. But I'm very, very conscious, especially, for women and cycle and hormones. I've read a lot of books, and I know that there is just a natural process that your body goes through. And all I want to do is support it. And I have done a lot of research in the past about, so what about intermittent fasting if you are trying to get pregnant as a woman? How is that on your cycle? And I've found very controversial information. Some people said, oh, it's the best thing ever. And some said it's not really good because your body goes into this, deprivation mode. And like if you give your body the signal that you don't have food available at all times, then reproduction is the last thing your body's going to focus on. But I just want to tell you what my experience is. Here's the thing. When I started intermittent fasting, the first couple of days when I had never done it in the past, the first time I ever did it, it was really hard. It was really hard because I was hungry. I was used to eating breakfast early. I'm an early bird, and I was used to eating breakfast early and then eating lunch and then eating an afternoon snack and then eating dinner. And then I never paid attention to what time I eat. So when I started intermittent fasting, my body went crazy because it was like, oh, hunger, hunger, hunger. And then when I ate, I felt like I got a headache, and I didn't really feel good when I ate after such a long time of not eating. And all I did was skip breakfast. So I had dinner, kind of not too late, not too early, maybe about 6 or 7 p.m. the latest. And then I would wait until maybe 1 p.m. the next day to have lunch. And I did not feel good. But what I found out is that it is very relevant what it is that you eat after intermittent, like after having that long period of time when you don't eat. And I found out that fat is really good, protein is really good. Not good is carbs, especially when it comes to non-complex carbs. But even if I just eat a green salad, there's not a lot of protein, really. It's a lot of carbs. There are vitamins and minerals that are really good. But when I start out with something that is more fat and protein, I don't know, anything that has to do with eggs or even meat, depending on what it is that you eat, if you're vegan or vegetarian or a meat eater. But that really helped. Another thing that happened was that after about 3 or 4 days, my body got so used to not eating in the morning to where I didn't have that feeling of hunger. And it is because there are studies out there. Ghrelin is really what makes you, it's a hormone that your body produces to really signal to you. It's like, okay, hello, hunger, we need to eat. It's almost like it's a habit. It's like you train your ghrelin. You train your body to tell yourself, okay, this is when we usually eat. We didn't eat, now hunger, 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 alarm. Now when you train your body to not eat at a specific time, after a few days, your ghrelin follows that pattern and you don't really feel hungry, but you only feel hungry right around the time when you have now trained your body to be hungry. So when you skip breakfast consistently, then your body will not have that starvation kind of signals anymore. And that is really amazing. And for me, it's not hard anymore to do intermittent fasting nowadays. It's really good. What I can say is that it has helped balance my hormones. So when I was pregnant last year, and then when I had the miscarriage, I did not intermittent fast because I know that my body needed nourishment to recover, and it just needed just to strengthen again and to come back into balance. And so I skipped it for a while, for about 3 months. And then when I felt my body had recovered, I started it up again. And my cycle was very irregular at first, but ever since I've started my intermittent fasting again, my cycle is so great now. I've had some really regular and really good cycles. Also, I don't know, in the past, I could feel like 2 years ago, I felt like I was going into perimenopause. And then I started intermittent fasting. When I felt like I was going into perimenopause, I felt like I was sick a lot of times. And because we were trying to get pregnant, a lot of times I thought, maybe I'm pregnant because I feel nauseous. But I wasn't. And that was because of a lack of hormonal balance. The thing is that doing an OPK nowadays, it's an ovulation predictor kit, those little test strips, it's really hard for me to catch ovulation anymore. I don't know why, because the LH, I think, the luteinizing hormone, maybe at my age, it just doesn't go that high up again. So I don't really have that big, huge fat positive anymore. But I definitely ovulate. And I just feel like the intermittent fasting has balanced out my hormones so nicely. But here's what I do in addition to that. So when I fast in the morning, I drink herbal tea. And I've read at least that, for example, when you take Vitex, the best time to take it is first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, first thing, because your pituitary gland, it's a hard word, it responds better that way. And I just don't know, that's what I've been doing. I take my Vitex first thing in the morning. It's a capsule. And then I drink my tea. I always have an herbal tea. Depending on where I am in my cycle, I drink my herbal tea. Second cycle half is right now. So I am actually drinking holy basil and schisandra berries in there. It has really balanced out my hormones. Plus, of course, I don't know, I save some money also. That is another aspect because I don't have to buy breakfast stuff for me. And also, I just don't know, I feel like I can dive right into work in the morning or into whatever I need to do, and I don't have to spend the time eating, because when I sit down to eat, I really want to enjoy it. I want to sit down and I want to just take a lot of time. I'm not someone who just okay, let me eat. If I eat, I'm going to prepare some nice food. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to take my time. Maybe I'm going to read something, or I'm going to watch a video. And for me, intermittent fasting has been amazing, but you have to try it out for yourself. But here's what I will say. Don't judge however it goes until you have tried it for at least a couple of weeks. Because, like I said, the first few days are going to be hard and it's going to get easier. There are a lot of studies, of course, when you fast for extended periods. I mean, intermittent fasting isn't extended, but when you don't eat for extended periods of time, that is really good for your body because it goes into repair mode. When you allow your body to take a break from digesting constantly, it can actually do some processes that it won't really do that much if you constantly feed it and you have to constantly digest. There are just different processes. Plus, really, human beings aren't made to be grazing all the time. For me personally, I feel a lot better when I don't graze, but when I just, take my time to take a break to eat anything, and then I still eat enough calories. I don't really eat less calories in the day. I just put it just a shorter period of time. Let me know in the comments, have you tried intermittent fasting? How did it work out for you? If it didn't work out for you, I would love to know what you think. Why? What was the problem? Was it the hunger feeling? How did you feel? I think it's different for everyone, but for me, it has definitely worked. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Always stay healthy. That is so important. It's the most important thing you can ever have in your life, is to stay healthy, because then you can do anything you want to do. See you next time. Always keep life simple.